Justin, what was your reaction to the trades yesterday?
I was surprised, like all the other trades around the league. But it's one thing that that kind of sucks. Being in this league when you build bonds in locker rooms with guys, and then next day they leave. But like I said, it's a thing that happens every year. So you're surprised, but not at the same time.
From the organizational view, I think you look at it, they got a lot of draft picks for the future.
Yep.
That doesn't really help you guys Sunday against Cleveland or going forward. So how, as a player, where you have 9 games left, do you process it that 2 of your better players are gone from the team?
You control what you can control and play ball. That's it.
There were a lot of rumblings beforehand. Did you anticipate that something like that might happen?
I don't pay attention to rumblings like y'all do. Like y'all know I don't. Like the trades, people have to tell me about them. Like I'm not online seeing what happens, breaking news. So yeah, I mean I didn't really hear about any rumblings, so to say.
So how did you find out yesterday, and what was your instant gut reaction?
My friend told me both of them, and I think Khalil Herbert told me the other one. But I was surprised, like you said. I was, it's a tough feeling. Like I said, you build these relationships with guys in the locker room, and next day off they're gone. But like I said, you can't control any of that stuff. You just have to get back to work the next day and keep going.
Have you been able to talk to Sauce or Quinnen?
No, not yet. I know their phone is blowing up crazy. So you probably wait a few days before hitting them up.
What's the process like for you getting AD and Metchie up to speed now?
Yeah. Of course, first and foremost, I'm excited to have those guys on the team. They're really talented, great football players. But I think it's going to be kind of a slow process, but hopefully we can catch them up to speed. So if I had to guess, they're probably going to have just a few plays at a time, and more and more as each week goes along. But like I said, I'm excited to have those guys on the team. They're very talented, and but yeah, it's going to be a slow process. But from the time that we've had in the meetings, they seem pretty smart and seem to pick up on things pretty fast.
Have they said anything about the offenses that they've been in terms of getting adjusted to you guys' offense? How are you going to help them come along?
I mean, they haven't really said anything. Shoot, I think AD just got here late last night. So yeah, I mean, we haven't had too much time to talk about stuff like that. But like I said, these guys are very attentive. They're smart too. So I doubt they'll have any problem picking it up.
AG told us that he briefly addressed the trades with the team. What was your takeaway from that?
Yeah, he just told the team that change is constant. That's one thing in this league that doesn't change, and that is change. So you just have to adjust to it, and the team that does it the best will keep going and keep ascending. So yeah, but like I said, you can't be surprised by change. That's just what comes in this business, in this game, and like I said, you just got to keep playing ball.
You were in the division with Cleveland last year. What kind of challenge does this defense present?
Yeah, I think they have one of the top defenses in the league. Of course, they have 95 on the other side of the ball. Great player. So first and foremost, taking care of him. Great second level defenders too, and DBs as well. So they trust their DBs a lot. They play a lot of man coverage, and so it's going to be about really just executing on our side of the ball, and like I said, taking care of 95 and making sure that he doesn't wreck the game.
You mentioned Myles, Justin. When you look at his stats, it looks like a video game. It doesn't look like real what he does sack-wise every single year. What, in your opinion, makes him special?
His athleticism and his strength. I think really just God-given abilities, and just working with those two things right there. He's been able to work up a skill set to where he can do different things on the field. But I think just his God-given abilities, just with his speed and strength, and really his athleticism. So I think that's why he's been so good.
Do you expect to start on Sunday?
We'll see.
Do you feel like you guys found some things in Cincinnati that you can build on, or does it not really work like that because it's so week to week in the NFL?
I think it works. Like I said, I think we've been building on everything since week one. We have a lot of games that were one-score games, and we just happen to be on the other side of that one-score game this time. So we know games are going to be like that each week in and week out. But I think the biggest thing is just building on that win. And just taking that momentum into this week. So yeah.
When do you hope to find out if you're starting or not on Sunday?
I just take it day by day, brother. That's it.
You haven't been told?
No.
What's it like operating in that week to week where you don't know, or like the public doesn't know in that week-to-week world?
I just go to work and work. That's it.
No emotion about it.
Control what you control.
How encouraged have you been about your young tackles, all those members, and how they played this year, their development, and then the challenge ahead against Myles?
Yeah, I mean they've been great. Been awesome to be honest with you, especially Armand, his first start against TJ, another future Hall of Famer, and he gets another good test this week. So those guys have been awesome, super smart, super athletic, and those guys make our offense go. So kudos to those guys.
What was your reaction just to the trade yesterday, Sauce and Quentin?
Yeah, I mean, just revert back to the tweet I tweeted out. It's kind of how I feel. So, yeah.
How about, what was it like for you? Because there were so many rumors about you those last few hours. What was that feeling like?
I don't really care about rumors. I just, wherever I'm at, that's who's going to get my best, and I'm a Jet. So.
How about those 2 losses though from defense?
Yeah, again, just revert back to the tweet. That's how I feel. So.
I'm sorry, I didn't see your tweet, so I apologize.
Yeah, you just
Paraphrase it.
Yeah, just go on my Twitter. It's right there.
What's the morale in the locker room?
Going 1-0 every week. That's a goal.
Were you able to get away from the game a little bit during the bye and then get back to it? Obviously it's hard to build off momentum when you have that bye week.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of high character guys in here that are able to take a break but still come back with that momentum and understand that we're looking to attack this back half of the season, and everybody's just worried about being their best so the team can be our best.
How do you process? I mean, obviously they got a ton of draft capital for the future. That's not going to help you beat Cleveland on Sunday. So as a player, how do you process that?
It's not in my wheelhouse. My job is set the edge and get after the quarterback, and every player in here has got their job to worry about. Upstairs, that's their job, and again, reverting back to my tweet, I got all the faith in the world with people upstairs.
Quentin was a captain on this team.
Yep.
With him gone now, there's a void there.
Yep.
Is that something you've been an emotional leader or a vocal leader? Will you step up even more or just keep being yourself?
I'm just going to always be the best version of myself, and if that's the role that the guys in the locker room feel I deserve, I'll definitely take that and run with it for sure.
What did you mean when you were eating the popcorn?
It was an entertaining day to say the least. This is my first trade deadline that I was kind of a part of, or had some people in the locker room that I was a part of for sure.
How about the dog game for the Sunday?
Yeah, again, that was my reaction to the day. It was a crazy day for sure.
When you say the best version of yourself, take us in terms of leader, you're on the field,
Yeah, I mean, to me, how you do anything is how you do everything. So just being the same version of myself on and off the field, attacking everything the best to my ability, giving the guys a version of myself that's selfless and, working hard and practicing what I preach.
So more of a lead by example than a vocal leader.
Both. It goes hand in hand for me. I'm going to do what I say and then, still, reiterate what I said. So that's kind of how I am.
Have you had a chance to talk to either of those guys, Quentin or Sauce?
Yeah, we'll always be, brothers for a lifetime. So, yeah, we talk.